All right, you guys, welcome into episode number 31.
31.
Aaron Weeks, cannot believe it. Here we are. Welcome to What's the Trend? Guys, it's been a minute. We took a week off, but we're back in action.
Yeah.
I know. Good to be back. That's right.
Always happy to be back.
Did we take a week off? Wait a minute.
We
It feels
did.
like we did. I know what happened. Okay, good. Okay.
Because I left.
You left for a week, and it feels like,
It
yes.
felt like we took a week off.
That's
but
what it
I
was.
actually did it we did it way ahead of time.
Absence makes the heart grow fonder. I'm sitting here, imagining that you were gone for months. It was only 3 days, people, but it felt like an eternity. So here we are. Regardless, we're going to get to the reason why Mr. Weeks was gone. And we'll get to that because it's going to kind of tie in with this week's theme. Who would have thought, you guys? Best actor is with us right now on What's the Trend? Okay, we'll get to that in a minute. You know the drill. If you're a first timer, maybe though, to the show, we'll kind of recap what we're going to do here. We're going to break down all things pop culture. We start off with some local events so that you can kind of plan out your calendar this weekend. Then we're going to talk movies, music, just all things relevant to what's going on in the world of celebrities, Hollywood.
All the good stuff.
All the good stuff.
I love it.
That's right. So welcome in to episode 31. We're glad to have you. Let's go ahead and rock and roll. Ready?
Yes, we always start off with locals. So
That's
what do
right.
you have for us?
Okay, so what I have here is a really cool show that I think people should definitely know
I'm
about.
definitely excited about this.
It's a good one. It's a good one. We've got stand-up star coming to Evansville here. We're talking about comedian Daniel Tosh. So he announced he's making a stop at the Aiken Theater for his very first farewell. It's called, he's calling it First Farewell Tour, which is kind of funny. It's
I love that.
That's
I love
kind of
that
funny.
so much.
It took me a minute. I was like, wait, what? My first farewell tour. I know a couple of musicians that have done their farewell tour
yeah.
a couple of times. Okay, so this is happening on Sunday, March 29th. Now, Tosh there is widely known for hosting and also creating that show Tosh.0. It aired on Comedy Central. You guys may remember it for
I do.
Yeah,
For sure. It
about
was
a
definitely
decade.
of my time. Like I watched it in high school and stuff like that.
Me too. He was very
Good stuff.
sarcastic, very witty. Reminded me of the guy that did The Soup, blanking on his name right now. But
Joel McHale.
Joel McHale, thank you.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a spin-off internet version in a way of what Joe McHale did with The Soup. Hilarious. Was on Comedy Central, like I said, for about a decade. So, of course, Aaron and I remember it well. And just, like I said, showcase those internet clips in addition to his comedic perspective, which was sometimes, a little bit
racy.
He was very, he didn't hold
Unfiltered.
back. Unfiltered is the right word. So if you guys want some ticket information here, you can visit Old National Events Plaza website. And like I said, Aaron, I used to love the show, but I used to listen to his stand-up comedy. I remember it was on my Pandora app. Instead of listening to like a music station, I started listening to comedy stations.
Now, for all you kids who don't know what Pandora
kids.
is,
Back
it's
in
the
our day.
internet radio.
The internet radio from back in our day. And it's so funny. That's how I kind of got to really like him, not just from his show on Comedy Central, but from listening to his stand-up. He is absolutely hilarious.
Really good.
So I will highly recommend.
And I love, you know me, I'm so dry. I love a dry sense of humor.
That's him to a T.
I can appreciate
You do.
that.
You have this very similar when it comes to comedic approach,
For better
if you
or
will.
worse, people, here we are. I can't change. It's too far gone at this point.
Well, I will say I loved his old stuff. I don't know what he's
Yeah.
doing recently, but I'm going to guess it's going to be a good show. So that's my recommendation of something local that's taking place here in the tri-state. Aaron, what about you?
This is fun. This Saturday, the Indiana National Guard Armory in Evansville, they're going to be hosting the Southern Indiana Comic Book Show, which if you're like a comic book fan,
Yes.
I mean, I am. I haven't read a lot though, but there's some good ones, out there. My brother was really into it. So
Really?
I was like, you should come down. I haven't seen you in a while.
Come check it out.
But that's going to be taking place from 10 to 5. Comic book enthusiasts will have a chance to buy, sell, and trade comic books. And what's even better is admission is free.
It's absolutely
We love a free event
free.
around here. It's so much fun. Again, that event is going to be located at the Indiana National Guard Armory on East Division Street. So go.
What
Why not?
comics did you read, Aaron, growing up? I did
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Yes,
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Mine were, I loved the Veronica and Betty.
The Archies.
The Archie comics.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was
Good
really into
stuff.
those for a while. I actually found an old coloring book the other day from the Archie
Now,
comic.
were
It
you
took
a
me back.
Betty or Veronica?
Oh, listen, I was a Veronica all the
loved
way.
Veronica, too.
She was my high style, bougie, high class gal.
Absolutely.
Loved her. Yeah, I loved. There was also the spinoff. You got the Jughead. You got just the Archie, but mine, I had to have the ladies. I like Betty and
Of
Veronica.
course.
So that was kind of my only brush with comics. So that'll be a good event, though, for all of our comic fans out there.
Yes, go for it.
All right, Aaron, let's pivot now to the part of the show. We aren't even going to make you people wait, okay?
No.
We're going to get right into it, you
We're
guys.
diving right in.
That's right. For our movie section in this week's show, we're going to be talking all things Oscars. So let's do a little Oscars recap now here in What's the Trend, where it was such a big night in Hollywood, Aaron. It was actually the 98th Annual Academy Awards. I can't believe that, 98.
We're creeping up to 100. That's
Wild.
craziness.
Sure is. So, okay, there were obviously some big movies that had a lot of nominations, lots of big names from the night. But here is the coolest part of it all. Aaron was in Hollywood.
I was
there.
on a mini vacation. It's crazy that I was there at it wasn't
You
even
didn't plan
planned
it.
out like
Yeah.
that. I truly didn't know when the Oscars were going to be this year whenever I booked this.
Which is crazy because you're nominated for so many categories.
So many awards.
Okay, so Aaron, take our listeners inside. It was your first time going to LA? First, how was it? Also, tie in Oscar, could you tell the Oscars were going on, or did it kind of feel?
You definitely could tell. There was a lot of like hustle and bustle going on.
That's cool.
There was, first of all, LA was so nice, so warm, perfect weather the entire time. Didn't sweat. It was so
You're killing me.
nice. It was always in like the mid to upper 80s or low 90s.
Delightful. No humidity.
No humidity. It was gorgeous.
A Midwestern stream.
And I went to the Academy Museum of Motion Pictures and Arts and stuff like that.
He is doing his research for the show, you guys.
Listen, you got to steel trap up here, but
What'd you think?
It was great. I saw so many, like, when I was at that, we talked about it a little bit. I was at that museum. And if you've seen the Netflix show Nobody Wants This, there's a location that is very specific, and it takes place in the museum. So when I walked in, I was like, wait a minute, this looks extremely familiar.
I think I've seen this before.
And a section of it, and I was like, oh my God, wait a minute. That's in Nobody Wants This. And anyway, it was really cool.
Yeah.
But as we were leaving, I could see like there was a lot of construction going on. And my friend who I was visiting was like, oh, they're getting ready for the Vanity Fair party afterwards.
You know.
That's where it's happening. And I was like, oh, just very casual.
Oh, yeah, the person, your friend that lives there. No big deal to them.
Yeah. But it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like I was like, I cannot believe that I am here as they're prepping for it.
I couldn't believe it either. Again, you could not have picked a more perfect weekend to go,
Crazy.
especially with what we do here on the podcast.
Yeah.
So we'll get back to your time in LA here in just a second. And now let's kind of go into what
good
happened at the Oscars. Take it away, Aaron.
Yeah, starting off, it was Michael B. Jordan winning Best Actor for his work in Sinners. I was rooting for him.
It's
That
so
was,
funny.
That was my top pick for, because, you watched it. I watched it. He played two characters, two twin
In
brothers.
one.
But it was so seamless. Like, you could tell he put in differences, how they walk, talk, all of these things. So it wasn't like a Jack and Jill and Adam Sandler movie kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, a little bit more elevated level.
Yes.
No offense to our boy Adam Sandler, but
Yeah, we love you.
yeah, it's so funny because it was just sinners all around Golden Globes time,
So
around
good.
Oscars, and it just made me laugh. The reason I say it's so funny is because that is the movie, you guys, that Aaron recommended many months ago for me to watch as our Halloween movie, and I remember it was like, this was great, and now here we are talking about it winning Oscars. So if Aaron recommends anything on this podcast, a lesson we can learn
for
is
it.
his recommendations are gold.
It's called taste, people.
Yeah.
You got to get into it.
Figure it out.
Yes.
Okay, so I agree with you. I love Michael B. Jordan. I have nothing to say besides that is a great pick. Perfect. I am a huge Leo. I love my boy Leo.
Yeah.
So I think equally, if I could have watched the Oscar go to somebody besides Michael B. Jordan, I would have picked Leo. But here's the best part. Guess who was the first person to shoot up to his feet and stand and clap for his fellow nominee, Mr. DiCaprio. He was
Also,
so proud of Michael B.
Do you
Jordan.
think I don't know if I would ever be bitter. He's already got one.
He's got one in the
so
bag.
it's like,
yes, I
it's
understand.
Just an extra
Let's
from
share.
this point on.
Share the love. That's
why
right.
not?
Okay, Aaron, anything else you want to add about the Best Actor category?
I am selfishly, like, I hate to admit it, I was kind of not rooting against
I know what you're about to say.
Timothy Chalamet. I'm telling
Yeah.
you, I think personally that Michael B. Jordan put in more work. Playing two different characters
I
is
couldn't imagine.
craziness.
Double the work.
Double the work.
I'd be like, if you weren't here, I don't think I could do this
Can we
episode.
talk about,
we couldn't do
the
it.
Lindsay Lohan of our time in the Parent
He
Trap.
is the Parent Trap of the Oscars this year, you guys. Good comparison.
Of course.
I like that. If we can
Yes.
bring it back to a Lindsay Lohan reference, we've done our job here.
Hello. We love you, Lilo.
It's so funny, too, how they got their jokes in. I think he
Yes.
took it well. Conan kind of jabbed him. If you recall in last week's episode, we broke
did.
down the Timothy Chalamet, Midnight Shyamalan, whatever, the Timothy scandal that where he made the comment, and it was just kind of
I
making
think
waves.
he took it on the nose.
He
and
did.
You gotta,
Yeah.
you gotta roll with the punches.
Yeah, so I think we'll definitely have to laugh about it now.
For sure.
Moving forward, I'm sure
Yes.
he's not finding it as funny, but it was one of those nights where they didn't hold back. I think everything that the viewer wanted, they got.
Yes.
From the jokes to the awards, it was a good
I'll say
night.
this about Timmy. He is basically a star in my eyes of like a box office like star.
Yeah.
Like in the same like Tom Cruise, he can carry a film that's original. So I'll give him credit where credit is due.
Well said.
Always.
Well said.
But we have Best Actress,
Let's
which
get over
you
to
know
the
I
ladies.
love. I love it.
Yeah, tell me, break down this category. We obviously we'll get to the winner in a second here, but lots of good folks up for this. We had one of my favorites. I love to see Kate Hudson
Of course.
nominated. Of course, Emma Stone, no stranger to that category as well as a
She-
winner.
Yeah, she loves a good award.
Oh, she loves a good award. We had we had Jessie Buckley, who ended up winning for her role in Hamnet, and which I kept wanting to say Hamlet, but it is based off of the. And let's see, who else do we have? Emma Stone, Kate Hudson, Jessie Buckley. I'm blanking on the other categories. I can pull them up here. Let's see. But while I pull it up, what
Yeah.
did you think about Jessie Buckley winning for that role?
So I haven't seen the movie Hamnet yet.
A lot. That's what I was going to say. That was my
haven't
honest
seen it
opinion.
yet.
Was a lot of people are
But
like, I haven't seen it.
I
So
haven't seen it, but I mean, I've seen her in other things. She knows how to carry a film. Even like some that I don't really prefer. She's good because she does mostly like art pieces,
yes,
if you will.
yes.
But I could see her carrying like an action film too.
I completely agree with you. I think what I loved was her award speech. She talked
Yes.
about being a mom, and you'll have to watch it. I cannot eloquently recap it as well as she did, but it kind of got to me a little bit because I was like, oh, like I think she's an 8-month-old, and she just kind of talked about how us moms are pretty amazing. So it made me feel like I don't know, uplifted when I heard her. A lot of people take that moment when they win a big award like that to. Obviously give thanks for the award, talk about the film, and then sometimes they'll bring it to like a personal level. And so like when they do that, it kind of made me feel I really like, if I wasn't a fan before, I'm definitely a fan now.
Yes.
So I'll have to go watch that movie.
I need to as well.
That'll be our homework assignment this
Yes,
weekend.
why not?
Rose Byrne was the other one we're missing, and
Yeah.
Renee. I'll butcher her name, and I don't even feel bad about that because everybody else will too. It's Renee something, but
Renee R.
it's okay. Renee R. There we go. We don't want to butcher her name,
Yeah,
so
we
we won't attempt it on this show. But Rose Byrne is one of my other favorite actresses that was
She's
in
so
this
good.
category. And for the first time in a long time, I knew most of the women in that category. Again, besides Renee and Jessie Buckley. I mean, I've seen Emma Stone in a lot of stuff. I love Kate Hudson and Rose Byrne, who I'm used to seeing her in comedies.
Like Bridesmaids.
Bridesmaids, which they
Have
paid
you ever
homage
seen
to.
Spy?
I have seen Spy.
It's so good.
Neighbors,
Yeah.
one of my favorite movies.
Oh my gosh, I
Because I've
forget
got
about Neighbors.
because I've got the taste of a teenage boy when it comes to movies. But
But
it's
hey,
hilarious.
I'm a teenage girl when it comes to a lot of my movies.
We love our rom-coms.
We do.
So yeah, I loved a recognizable category. There were a couple years where I was like, I don't know anybody. Who are these actresses?
Yeah, there was a couple of years where I
Yeah.
was like not as interested. I
Yeah.
hate to say, but
That's all right. It's only like again, we're the average Joe. We're watching
Yes.
these movies, and so I was kind of glad to hear that you felt the same way. And same with the men's category. Every actor I was like, well,
Killed it.
it was anyone's night.
I think that's why I liked it so much. It was such a tight race.
Exactly.
You could not tell who was going to win.
Exactly.
Some years it's just like written. You know what? Written in the stars.
Written in the stars with the stars. And speaking of stars, see what we did there? Gross.
Wait,
Moving.
good pivot.
I'm embarrassed. We're going to move now to Best Director quickly. Paul Thomas Anderson won for One Battle After Another, Aaron. Of course, when you get Best Director, it kind of is a setup for knowing who's going to win that big award of the night for Best Picture, which I'll let you take that away.
Yeah, in the end, One Battle After Another took home the big prize for Best Picture. I haven't seen it yet. But Aaron Chapman, who works with me, huge fan of it.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've heard nothing but good things. I know Tiana Taylor was, who was in the film too, got a Best Supporting Actress nomination.
Yes, and she won it at the Golden Globes.
She did.
A lot of folks thought she'd win it for the Oscars, but didn't quite walk away with it.
Amy Madigan won for Weapons, which was insane.
Got to talk about it.
Oh,
let's move to that now.
Have you seen?
Oh, yes, I've seen
We
Weapons.
talked about it. Yes.
She plays the role of Aunt Gladys. We are very big about not giving spoilers away, especially this is still a newer
Let's
movie.
just say she's an iconic character. in horror now.
And let's also add that Halloween 2026, I think we're going to see a lot of Aunt Gladyses out there. This was quite the character.
Oh, yeah.
I think we already did last year.
I definitely saw some out and about, which is crazy, but
Weapons was spooky.
it's spooky. I love that horror because it's my favorite genre.
Yes.
Is finally getting its just due. Like, you know what I mean? Like getting the recognition that it deserves because there are so
That's a good
many
point.
performances that I've seen that are just so good that do not get the recognition because it was, you know, a horror film.
Exactly. And comedy, too. They made a joke one
Comedy,
year.
too.
I think maybe Will Ferrell came out years ago at the Oscars. They kind of joked about how comedy's not really, it's kind of like the stepchild of the Oscars. And it's like, all right, you know. So I love to see someone, again, like Rose Byrne, who you see them playing comedies. You see them also get nominated for serious roles. But yes, Aunt Gladys, as I'll call her, I was so excited to see her win.
The last person to win an Oscar for a horror-based movie was Ruth Gordon in Rosemary's Baby.
See
One of
my
my
partner in
favorites.
crime here. You know your
I
stuff.
know my things, people.
He is fresh out of LA, fresh out of the museum. I tell you. So, okay, anything else about the Oscars you wanted to talk about today?
I just, you know, this was a build up. We've been talking about each award and it's just like it's always fun to see who's going to be hosting it. I think Conan did a great job. I didn't get to watch it all in its entirety because I was waiting on a plane to come home. Spoiler alert, I had to spend the night in the Denver airport.
Woof.
I do not, 10 out of 10 do not recommend.
Thoughts and prayers.
But yes, I was like,
He's
I
a
should've
survivor.
Just gotten an earlier flight. I kept thinking I should have just spent the money to get an
Should've
earlier
just got
flight.
an earlier flight.
But you know, you
Here
live
you
and
are.
you learn.
He lived to tell the tale.
You live and you learn. But I thought it was a great show. I thought I was actually fully invested in it. A couple of years I haven't been. And this one brought me back in.
I felt the same way.
I thought it was great. And you, what do you think?
I
about it?
completely agree. I think because there were more people that I recognize names, and I love movies, but when it comes to the Oscars, I don't always recognize all of those names in some of those top categories. And this year, I was like, oh, this is, again, a stiff competition.
Yes.
It was fun to watch. I love Conan O'Brien. I've always been a fan of his. I think he's hilarious. I think he did a pretty good job. I'll give him 3.5.
3.5 out of
Maybe 4 Oscars out of 5 Oscars.
Okay.
I'll give him
Hey,
4 golden statues for his
it's
performance.
better than James Franco.
We could not, but Nikki Glaser has set the bar high. We're going to talk about her here in a minute in the
That's
show.
True. I forget about
So
that.
I kind of go from watching, you know, someone who's killing it when it comes to hosting, and I think she set the bar pretty high, but Conan did pretty great. Yes. I mean, I say that. I don't think I could get up there and do it, so good for him.
I mean, that's a lot of pressure.
Listen, his talent is
Maybe
as high as his
Nikki
hair.
will go to the Oscars eventually.
We'll see. And then I was going to add the favorite look of the night for me. Well, one of them. It's hard to break them all down. The person who caught my attention, I will say her dress was cool and just different to me. I loved when Nicole Kidman came out.
Yeah.
Fresh off of her divorce.
Okay, have you heard that thing where she will go to the Oscars, but if she goes, Tom Cruise is not allowed to go. Have you heard about
Wow.
this?
No, I have. Aaron Weeks,
So
tell the
when-
fans of what's the
yes,
trend.
so
This
there's
conspiracy
whole
theory. Let's
conspiracy.
go.
Let me just dive in. I'll do it real
I love
quick,
a side
and then
road.
I'll do it real quick and we'll move on. But there was this like conspiracy that she only goes to the Oscars just so Tom Cruise won't.
That is hilarious.
Because there's an
and amazing.
agreement, apparently, allegedly.
It's in writing.
Allegedly, if she attends an award show, he's not allowed to be there.
Oh, no.
And so she goes every year just so he
Just so he can go.
And I was
He's
like,
dying
well,
to go.
if you think about it, I haven't seen him at the Oscars.
And he got
he hasn't
awarded.
been nominated, has he?
Last year, he was awarded like the Lifetime
Achievement.
But
Oscar.
he wasn't.
But it wasn't during the ceremony.
It wasn't during the ceremony. Aaron Weeks, you may be onto something here. The world may never know.
I love to think that that's true.
I do
If
too.
so, that is the deepest amount of petty because they got
And we love
divorced
it.
in like 01 or something
In like
that.
1875. I think it feels
But
like
it's
forever ago.
So good.
What?
I
A
love
cup of tea. I
I
like
can't
it.
get enough of it. But anyway,
I do love that.
we will move on to some music news, which
Okay.
this is good music news. We've talked about Dolly Parton on this show a lot.
Yes, we're happy to hear this.
Yes, because Dolly Parton welcomes season pass holders to the first day of Dollywood's 41st season last
I mean, it's no 98th Academy Awards, but it is the 41st season.
41st,
That's
you know,
incredible.
crazy that it's that old. I can't believe it. But she was joined on stage by Dollywood Parks and Resorts president, and they gave guests a closer look at Dollywood's indoor roller coaster Night Flight Expedition. And that ride is the park's 11th roller coaster. Now, we've previously reported again on the show that Dolly's taken a step back from most of her
Big performances.
events.
She had the Las Vegas residency that she kind of had to
had to-
postpone. There were also some big awards that she had to accept not in person. You know?
Yes.
So, yeah, she's kind of had to just rest at home.
Kind of been unknown still what has
Yeah.
been going on, but you know what? We respect your privacy. You're Dolly Parton. You're beautiful. You're gorgeous. But, I'm just really happy to see her out and about again.
Yeah, it's funny. Even though she has kept it pretty private, one thing she has made sure to do in true Dolly fashion is just assure her fans. And even if she is just, giving us a crock of lies, it does make me feel good. Anytime she's talked like, hey guys, I'm postponing this again because of my health, but I'm fine. We're getting it worked out. So she did during that most recent appearance here address it. She said, I just really had, I forgot her exact words, but it was something along the lines of, I did lose my husband and that really took an impact on me, both mentally
they've been together since the 60s. Right?
Yes.
So,
Yeah, many years.
Who wouldn't?
So I'm glad to see if she was able to make a public appearance and get on stage and speak. I think she is on the mend and we love to see it. So
do,
good
always.
job, Dolly.
Yes.
Well, good golly, we're glad that our Dolly is okay. So
Bless out.
bless it. That was a good story to add. Dollywood, real quick. You ever been?
I have.
You have?
Almost drowned there one time.
No, do tell.
Yes.
Listen.
I was at one of the
hear
resorts.
it.
My family does not recognize it, but parents and
They're like,
selective
we
memory.
object.
There was a creek behind one of the hotels.
Okay.
I was very small at the time, and
There's
I'm sure
lots of creeks in
I'm
Tennessee.
sure the creek was not huge, but the current got me.
No.
I fell backwards.
Swept baby Aaron
and
away.
I just was swept away, and I was screaming for help and holding on to
Your
a rock.
Pocahontas doll.
Oh my God, I wish. She was gone by that point. She had
She
left
was
my life
downstream.
just around the riverbed.
Oh, just around the river. See what we did there?
That was
That was good. That was really good.
Yeah, that's my only core memory of it.
That's
but we've been. It's
really
been
funny.
fun.
It's funny because you're fine.
But that is what I associate Dollywood with.
Felicia. Felicia's shaking her head listening to this episode.
I know. Tom is
That's Aaron's
probably
mom.
that's not the
That's
not
not
the
what
truth.
happened. No, that's wild though. When I say, "Have you been to Dollywood?" You're like, "Oh, Casey, I have." Not the story I
There's
was
a core-
expecting.
No, it's not like a
I
ride.
thought you were gonna say it like a candy apple, and it was a
not-
great
yeah.
day.
It's not like a ride that I associate it with. It's like me almost drowning.
I almost drowned in a creek. So
But
if that doesn't scream Tennessee, I don't know what does.
Truly. But moving on.
Yeah.
We have Chandler. Sorry to my brother.
Oh.
We're going to bring it up real quick.
We are going to go. I said I'd say it fast here.
Yes.
We do have more music news with Taylor Swift. We joke because
Bear with us.
Aaron's brother Chandler is like, y'all always talk about Taylor Swift on the podcast. So, but this is worth talking about.
Yes, it is.
Just for today at least. So bear with us. Taylor Swift smashing even more records. But this time we're talking about when it comes to her finances. So as of this month here, her net worth, you guys, makes me sick. It has reached an estimated $2 billion. Insane.
But I'm not shocked.
Cannot fathom. This surge here, it makes her one of the most financially successful entertainers in history, as you could imagine. Experts say that her massive success, a lot of it doubled because of that recent Eras tour. Definitely played a significant role in doubling her fortune. According to USA Today, Taylor Swift remains the first musician to achieve billionaire status, primarily through her songwriting and performances. So that's, kind of a fun little fact there about our girl Taylor. She's just
chucking along.
There's just no words. No words. She's another level, guys.
When I heard this story, I was not shocked, and I'm sure our listeners would not be shocked whatsoever. But I've seen, again, we've talked about it. I'm not like a Swiftie diehard. Swiftie adjacent, I guess, is what I would call myself.
Yes.
She's even though she is like worth $2 billion now. She's very generous when it comes to like compensating her crew and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, and it's weird. Aaron Weeks, she's doubled her income, yet I have somehow slashed mine in half. And so it's Donut funny. Bank's down the road.
Funny how that happened.
I think Donut Bank has half of my income at this point from the morning news. Hey, listen, I got to get my coffee. I got to get my daily coffee in.
Got to.
That's right. Well, kind of back to the Oscars here. You have a headline that you wanted to share in some more celebrity news. Yes. We'll pivot from Taylor now to a different headline.
Yeah, it's not about awards. It's about the people at the awards.
Which we love.
Yes, Jane Fonda actually had a few questions when it came to the tribute about Robert Redford. When she was asked on the red carpet by an interviewer about Barbra Streisand's speech that she made tributing Robert.
Yeah.
She kind of gave a, commemorating speech about his impact on film and stuff like that. She expressed frustration and confusion as to why Barbara spoke when her and Robert only made one movie together while Jane worked with him on 4 different movies.
She makes a good point.
And, she regarded them as being very close friends. Now, what do you think about this? Do you think it was a little shady?
Jane Fonda is so funny.
If there's one thing I appreciate about her, she is unfiltered. She does not.
Is.
She's a woman with an opinion.
She sure is.
Oh my God, she will tell you about it.
Oh, and has been doing that for decades now. That's kind of like the Jane, that's what makes her Jane Fonda.
Yes.
I think that, Barbra Streisand is a league of her own. So is Jane Fonda.
Of course.
So I get why they asked Barbra Streisand because, she's Barbra freaking Streisand.
Yes.
But I do think that Jane Fonda has a very good point. It'd be kind of like me and you. Like we do this show together. You're like, please don't kill me off. If I were to pay tribute to you or be a person that gets to speak on your behalf, I would rather it be someone that's a good friend that has done a lot of projects together. So I get her point a little bit. I think she feels really close to Robert Redford, so maybe it stung a little bit.
Sure.
But I do think that Barbra Streisand, on the other side of that, did a fantastic job. So
I think so
I love
too.
both those ladies. I will not pick a side, Aaron Weeks.
I won't pick sides either, but I do find it very funny that right after the Oscars, she was like, why did she do that?
Yeah, I love that Jane Fonda does not hold back.
She doesn't.
Have her on the cast.
I got to say, I appreciate it
Me
about
too.
her. She's always been that way.
That's right. Wanted to add to that. I thought that a lot of the the remembrance special there on they always do a great job with that, and it always gets to me every year. I'm just kind of like, oh man, we lost so many big people this year. We won't go too much into that because we've had to recap a lot of those deaths on this show.
We've had a lot of I hate to say it, we've had a lot of deaths we've had to cover on this show.
Yeah.
But we've got to do it.
That's right. They and it kind of reminded me of all the people we've had to talk about. So that part of the show always gets to me, but I'm glad they do it for sure. Okay, so we've been talking a lot of Oscars here. Here's a fun celebrity headline we wanted to share today. On to our next story. In more celebrity news, Aaron, dare we say, third time's a charm.
Always.
We've got Nikki Glaser. She is going to be hosting the Golden Globes for a three-peat in the year 2027. So they've already booked her. She has officially been announced as the host of next year's show. You may recall she hosted the show in 2025, 2026. Great comedian there, and has now been asked to return to host the 84th annual Golden Globes. They are going to be January 10th. Let's mark our calendar.
Yes.
We need to get our red carpet outfits. We've got time. Now, here's obviously they're making a great call. Here's the reason. I mean, she proved herself worthy and some. Glaser has been such a big hit. Her 2026 monologue, Aaron, the opening act, if you will, kind of how they kick off the show, is the person who's hosting, they give that monologue. And usually if it's a comedian, it's going to be full of jokes and just a lot of jabs at the celebrities in the audience. Hers from the year 2026, it garnered nearly 14 million views in just the first 36 hours across Golden Globe's social media platforms. So, yeah, I am a big Nikki Glaser fan.
I am as well. I think people underestimate her sometimes, and like the power that she can hold. Like, and I think that's like, not to be a feminist right now, a lot of female comics have to like really like pave the way.
Yes, push harder.
Yes. And I think like this, just she's funny naturally, but what I appreciate about her, and I've said it before, is she will tell the people she's going to be making fun of the jokes ahead of time.
Yes, like that's
so
a class
it's not
act.
like she's not digging too deep.
Yeah,
where
and
they'll
I
be
think
uncomfortable.
because she does that, I think that she can lean into the confidence when she tells her joke. She's not worried about making somebody mad, which I would be. I would be so worried because my goodness, this is the dream. To be asked to come back is the goal.
Yes.
She is going to now be up there with other hosts that have hosted 3 times. I know that the duo act of Tina Fey and Amy Poehler have hosted 3. Ricky Gervais was the other one.
5, I think.
5 times. So there you have it. I'm excited to see Nikki Glaser come back to the Golden Globes. A lot of people are kind of like, where did she come from? I mean, she's been
around for a while.
Yes, she has been grinding very hard for a very long time. She is a hard worker. I'm a big fan of hers. And I will say a lot of people got their first kind of glimpse of her. It kind of catapulted her was the Tom Brady roast on Netflix.
Oh, that's so right.
That's kind of what catapulted her.
Yeah.
And then she landed this gig and has now just been a force to be reckoned
everywhere.
with. But I will say one more thing to add here. I'll go down my side road now because, as you can see, I'm on my Nikki Glaser soapbox. The reason I like her so much is she was on, I think it may have been the Howard Stern show. He was interviewing her after her success of the Tom Brady roast. And he said, by far, you won the night. You were the best. And he said, is that just natural? She says, no. She said, I worked really hard. She said, I practiced so much. She said, does not come easy. She says, I put the work in. And I like that she gave herself that recognition.
I feel like we even we read these scripts back that we read in the prompter, and I think practice makes perfect.
We care. When you care, it shows.
Yes.
So I'm happy to see somebody who is, out there doing the work. There you go.
There you go.
All right. See what we did there? Yes. Speaking of doing the work, we have pretty much wrapped up today's show with one more segment here we want to give as our final gesture here on the show. We've ended it with this new segment here, which is like a history segment, and I love this. Aaron, take it away.
To wrap up the show on this day in entertainment history, if you're listening to this on a Friday, Alfred Hitchcock's first American film, Rebecca, released in 1940 on this day. Now, if you're a film nerd like myself, you'll know his work, best known for Psycho, Rear Window, Vertigo.
The Birds.
The Birds. Well, birds are my least favorite animal. Did I tell you that?
I did not know this.
I'm scared of birds. Whatever, you can make fun of me.
We're going to have to dive into that after the show. Aaron and I are going to have to go have a talk.
Of course. But he is regarded as the master of suspense. And if you've seen any of those movies, you would understand why.
That's right. He is an icon, that Alfred Hitchcock.
Legend. Problematic, but he makes some good movies.
I love it. He is. I've seen several of his films, and I mean, he's Alfred Hitchcock. There you go. So that's today in history. Again, if you're listening to this on the Friday that our episode comes out, that is today. So, Aaron, that's so fun. Okay, finally, I have to ask Aaron one more question. Can you tell us anything else? Like, did you actually see any celebrities? Did you see the tents going up? Just take us into Hollywood one more time.
I saw the tents going up.
Did you touch them? You brushed them.
I'm sure there was somebody that would snipe
me. They smelled like money.
If I was to touch anything.
Oh, security is probably insane.
But I remember people being like, "Oh, I can't take this way because they're going to shut down for the Oscars and all of this stuff." Everybody was getting ready for their own Oscars parties. It's kind of like it's really, here it's, whatever. People are big fans of films, but like there it is a
Super Bowl.
different, it's their Super Bowl, which I love that aspect of it. I mean, you know me, I'm not watching the Super Bowl except for the halftime show, but I watch the Oscars all the time, and these people who live there, they live for this.
They live for it. I feel
so
like
cool.
Everybody in LA, I almost feel like it reminds me a little bit of Nashville, not to drop my Nashville moment here.
It's a completely different culture.
But it's like everyone that lives in Nashville in some way, whether you want to be or not, is tied to the music industry. You almost can't not be.
Tied to the CMAs.
Yes. And even when I worked at the news station in Nashville I was with for many years, we covered the country music scene. Like, it's kind of like if you live in that town, you're going to brush with some sort of music. And in LA, it's that way with the movies, which I think is so cool.
I saw a few influencers that I follow.
Yes.
Which I was like, don't look at them. Don't look at them for too long. Just like, play it cool.
Don't feed the beast.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't want to say anything. I'm not going to be like, oh my God, let me take a picture. I'm not that person.
I am.
Which is fine. But I was like, this is not the time.
No, that's great. That's great. I do lie.
But it was cool to
Casie
see.
Musgraves was at my gym, and I didn't, guys. I didn't bother her. I wanted to, but
I mean, it's crazy to see them just living their lives
it's
like regular people, but it's interesting.
Yeah, I'm impressed you came back. Aaron Weeks said Hollywood was great, but he said, I'm glad to be home.
I had a podcast to run, and
Guys,
I had to come back.
What's the Trend is not going to host itself.
No.
And it definitely is not going to be solo hosted by either one of us.
You could do it.
No, you stop it. Never. You are my best male in my my movie of the year, and I'll be your leading lady. And together we have to have our co-stars to make a movie happen. So
always.
I'm so glad you came back.
Yes.
Thank you for returning.
Happy
Thanks
to be
for
back.
giving us, thanks for giving us like a little taste of Tinseltown while you were there.
By the way, I would be remiss if I did not tell you about the Jaws exhibit.
Let's go, guys.
It's a whole production.
We've got time. One final story.
It's open until July of this year. So if you're in the LA area, you've got to go. That was my one thing. I was like, I'm not going to be a tourist. I don't want to see the Walk of Fame. I've just been told it's just like a long sidewalk.
It's just a long sidewalk.
Where homeless people chill. And I'm like, okay, cool. The only thing I want to do is go to the Jaws exhibit at the museum. And it was awesome.
Oh,
they had a full, they built a shark and that was hanging from the ceiling of the actual size of the shark that they had made for the movie.
Wow.
And it's massive.
Bruce.
Scared the daylights out of me. Like, if I was on that film set and I had to interact with that thing, I'd be like,
this isn't acting.
Genuinely scary.
This is not acting.
This isn't acting. This is me genuinely being scared. But they had so many pieces from the film. Like, they had the cage that he was attacked in. They had the buoy.
Amazing.
They had so many cool artifacts, and I couldn't have enjoyed it anymore.
I love that you embraced your inner fan and went and did something that brought you joy. That's what it's all about.
I had to. I would have been very disappointed in myself if I had that opportunity and didn't take it.
Yes. Well, I love that you were actually in LA the same weekend as the Oscars and then got to come here during our Oscars episode.
Totally coincidental, but I love it.
Or was it? You'll never know, guys. Maybe next year Conan will pass over the reins. Well, there you have it, you guys.
Can you imagine?
Anything else you want to recap for this week? It was St. Patrick's Day. We've got...
I didn't get to do it. I just slept.
You were recovering from LA.
I was recovering. That was an experience getting home.
No joke.
I had to call into work because I was like, guys, I don't think I'm going to be able to. My flight did not leave.
We're going to need a bigger boat.
110% correct.
Well, I am happy you're back in more ways than one.
Yes.
And we hope you guys enjoyed a little bit of an Oscars recap there. If you haven't, would encourage you watch the show, or even at very best, tons of recap clips and moments. We didn't even get to Leo's mustache. There's so many things we did not get to talk about here today. But again, you can go research that for yourself.
Yes,
but as for now, I think that'll do it for episode 31.
And as always, you can listen to us on Spotify, Amazon, Apple. You can go look at us everywhere. Anywhere you can get your podcast, and you can go on YouTube or 14news.com under podcasts. You're going to see What's the Trend tab. Click on it, and our episode is going to be there.
That's right. In the meantime, we're going to go ahead and gear up for next week's show. You guys, thanks for hanging out with us. We appreciate you more than you know, and we'll see you next time on What's the Trend.
Bye.